about whether turnovers can be contagious. Well, I guess
Yeah.
we're going to find out. Huh?
Hey, I told you, man. I told you. Time was gonna tell. We was able to get some turnovers. We gotta keep it going now. Can't get complacent or, just let that just happen in that one game. So, got to build on top of it and keep the turnovers coming. And that's gonna help this team out ultimately, like it did this past game.
Hey, Denzel, what stands out to you about Gabriel?
Yeah, he's a great quarterback for those guys. Can make every throw. Got a strong arm. Can run the ball as well. I think he's like second in rushing on their team as well. But definitely just a great quarterback for those guys. Able to make all the throws, like I said, and he's a good player.
How important do you think it is a guy like him that's been so accurate lately, like a guy who plays in coverage to disrupt him with the rush first? How important do you think that is?
Yeah, that's our whole mantra, rush and coverage work together. So just got to do a great job of the rush, causing some havoc up there and us staying tight in coverage and not making it easy for him, giving no easy access or reads on those throws and being able to get our hands on the ball.
It's like completing 3 out of every 4 passes. Are those short passes or what?
I got to watch some more, but hey, he's a great quarterback. He's been playing very well for those guys, and like that's showing right there. So regardless whether it's short or deep, he's making the passes. Those guys are catching it, and we just got to make it tough on those guys.
After the game, Miles mentioned that he feels that you guys can still accomplish all of your goals this season. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. I don't like to look too far ahead. I'm someone like to keep stuff a game at a time, day at a time. But yeah, goals are still in front of us. The way to get to that end goal is to win the next one. So just the goal is to win that next game and go from there.
How difficult is that, though, knowing that you have to stack so many wins because you guys put yourself in the game?
Yeah, it's not that difficult. You just look at it one game at a time, I think. That's why you don't put too much on your plate. Like I say, just go out there, have fun, play a game, and take it one game at a time and see where you are at the end of the year.
How much do you believe in the concept of momentum?
I believe highly in it. I think it's real. You see that every week in the game, a momentum. Someone gets an interception or a big play is made, and the team kind of feeds off of that and build on top of it. And that's what we're trying to do as well. So, we just got to win and trying to build this momentum up and get another one, keep stacking them.
What's impressed you most about Tyson Campbell and how well and quickly he's been able to integrate himself not only into the secondary but the team?
Oh yeah, hey man, you got a pick 6 already, first time in dog pound, so you can, he fit in very well over here. So he's been doing a good job, cracking down the playbook. He's been great around the guys, so he's gonna be a good player for us. And so I think he's gonna fit right in.
Has he been coming to you with like normal questions about like places to eat, where you should live, and stuff like that?
No, not yet. I definitely offered it on. I told him he ever needed any help, anything. I'm pretty familiar with the Cleveland area, so I told him if he ever needs anything, let me know. And so I'm definitely a source for him if he needs anything.
What about just after seeing him play for 2 games? Do you feel like you two can form one of the best cornerback teams in the NFL together?
Yeah, no doubt. I got big hopes for that. I want us to be great. I want us to be the best defense in the league, and if we're playing our best ball, it's gonna help this team out. So we definitely got to work towards that, and go from there.
Tyson on a play like when he chases down Achane, like for how big he is, how impressive is it how fast he can be in those kind of situations?
Yeah, that's great to have on the field. A bigger corner, guy that can run, got all the attributes, and you can't coach effort, and that's what he showed on that play, being able to run a guy down like that.
You guys have played so many quarterbacks that are getting it out of their hands in a hurry, and it does seem like May's taking a lot of deep shots.
Yeah.
So how does that change your mindset when the quarterback's willing to take those chances?
Yeah, I like it. Give me as many opportunities at the ball as we could get, and just gotta stay tight in coverage and make sure we're in position on those deep shots and try to take those away. But I like any opportunities we could get at the ball. I love that.
Denzel, was that the most aggressive Jim has been this season, sending guys from the secondary?
I think he's definitely been aggressive other games, but yeah, definitely was aggressive this game as well with those blitzes. You got to keep those in the package, keep those in there. I was liking them though.
How badly did you want that sack?
Oh man, I was hurt. I was mad at myself. He called a great call, great timing. When he called it, I got to make the play. I don't know how Tua seen me on that one. He spun right out. I was like, oh man, I was so mad at myself. But I'm gonna get it back, find a way to get it back. And he did. Coach Schwartz did tell me I owe him a sack, so I'm gonna do a little more than that. But we gonna make something happen.
Did you guys have a little bit of fun
Nah. He's good, man. He was showering, getting all cleaned up after the game. You know, it was raining, pouring, so it was all good.
We talked a lot about Grant over the years, but felt like he was really active on Sunday. How have you seen him kind of develop into the playmaker he is?
Yeah, man. I think in all phases, his leadership, his playmaking ability. Like I said earlier in the year, I think he's going all pro, and Pro Bowls. So definitely hoping that for him. He's been great for us. We need to keep getting performances like that out there on Sundays. But yeah, showing up everywhere. I mean, special teams getting a punch out. So he's been great.
And what was your impressions of Mike Vrabel last year? Did you spend a lot of time with him?
Yeah, I love Coach Vrabel. Great coach, man. Great coach, bring great energy. And just a great guy to be around. He's doing very well for those guys up there. Obviously, got a good record, but I think he's just a great person and just a great coach.
Since he was here all last year, do you think he has any edge in this coaching matchup?
I mean, he probably does know. I mean, he's a smart coach. All these coaches are very smart, so I'm sure he's taking some things. I wouldn't say an edge. I mean, it's whatever team wins is best that day. So I think that's it.
How has Rayshawn been kind of a vocal leader for this team? How important has he been?
Yeah, he's been great, man. We're making big plays out there on the field, communicating out there, getting guys on the right page, and just making plays and showing up for us. So he's been good. All right, thank you, guys.
A defense that's going to play hard, and do what they're supposed to do.
It seems teams try to throw on them more than try to run them. The running numbers are pretty good. So do you see success in the passing game?
Yeah, they got a great D line, a good secondary, but like I always say, it's not about what they do, it's about what we do. If we just do our job and execute, it's going to be a good game for us.
How can you guys build on the momentum you gained by winning last week?
Just our preparation throughout the week, and just focus on the little details and fundamentals that helped us win last week, and just bring it into this week and into this game.
What are some of the challenges that a quarterback like Christian Gonzalez presents?
He's a good corner, very patient, very skilled, But like I always say, it's not what they do, it's what we do.
And back to the momentum question. How much do you personally believe in the concept of momentum?
Momentum is big in football. Once you got momentum, you just want to keep carrying that on into the next week, and hopefully we do that.
How have you seen Dillon get so comfortable in the starts he's making?
I think he's been progression every start, every game, just gaining his confidence, understanding the speed of the game, knowing where to go with the ball, recognizing coverages. I feel like he's just getting better each week, and that's what we need from him.
How soon do you think that translates into a big passing game?
Hopefully this week, but we're going to see.
Is that you who gave Cedric his buzz for today?
Yeah, that was me.
How much are, the defense is having a good time now, making interceptions, and they're cooking over there. How much do you need maybe one of those kind of breakout games for yourself to really feel like you can get rolling and get in this?
What was the question? What's that?
How much do you feel like maybe you need one of those sort of breakout games for yourself where you have a game that you're used to having and people are used to seeing you have? How much do you need one of those kind of games?
I feel like I need those games every week. But unfortunately, football it don't really go like that. So I'm just stay patient. Hopefully, this week is one of them games, and we just see from there.
Was the wind a factor in the passing game Sunday?
The rain?
The wind, more than
the wind? Nah, I don't think it was that windy. You thought it was windy?
Did you spend a lot of time with Vrabel last year when he was there?
Not really. We'll talk from time to time, but not really spend that much time with each other.
Do you feel like, as a team, your goals are all still within reach?
Yeah, of course. The beginning half of the season, we're not exactly where we need to be, but we're not completely out of where we want to be. Just continue to stack these wins, and eventually we're gonna be at the top of the charts. So we just got to stay consistent.
Jerry, how important do you think it would be to be able to go into the bye week having stacked a couple of wins in a row?
It'll be very important. Very important. Just having that momentum on back-to-back win game. That just give us momentum going through to the bye week and to the next game. So stacking those wins are very important.
This guy who's doing the color in the game, Schlereth, he's been very critical here in Denver.
Yeah.
You have any feelings about him?
I'm not speaking on nothing negative.
Good.
Appreciate it. Good. We'll see you.
Dillon, how much do you believe in the concept of momentum?
I think at times it's realistic. At times, I think it's something mindset you can control and push towards. But for the most part, I think every week you try to treat individual within itself. But think there's momentum swings within a game as well. So I don't want to say you can't, continue momentum. But I would be a liar to say I'm not a believer.
Dillon, we were just talking to Kevin. He was asked about, is it possible for a young quarterback to be too cautious? And you talked about, Dillon to take the pocket. But when you look at the film, do you think that there are some opportunities that you left out there on the field to really push the ball downfield? And how do you, kind of adjust to what you're saying?
I think there always will be. I think there'll be a balance of either way, right? Either pushing it down the field or maybe a balance of when people, think you should check it down. And I think that's the balance you work through as a quarterback. And whenever we're in the meeting room, you try to continue to push that balance of when in zone coverage you can high-low and be more aggressive or bait a defender into taking something. And then there's times where you want to have an immediate reaction, depending on things happening up front or down the field, right? So I think it's just that balance you're continuing to fight. But like I've said before, you want explosives in the pass game, not only vertical throws, but also maybe a 5-yard throw that can go for 20. So any explosives really help.
Dillon, have you seen after 3 starts, teams are defending you differently than, say, the Vikings did in your first start?
I think everyone is believers in their personnel and their system and scheme. So I think they've all played to their strengths and just try to believe in that.
33 runs versus 20, 18 passes against Miami. The weather had a lot to do with that. But did that make it, I want to say, easier for your job? A better formula than the week before?
Every formula is different, and any formula you find a way to win is important. But I think whenever you can be versatile and finding ways to win, regardless of how that shakes out, whatever it takes.
What are you expecting from this Mike Vrabel pass defense? What are you seeing on film about these guys?
Yeah, they're a great unit. Have been really good just throughout this year, and you see that they play together and definitely have our hands full. They're a great squad.
So, you haven't thrown an interception yet. Are you okay even talking about the fact that you haven't done it? Going on?
I mean, it's just every moment's within itself. I think it's just part of taking care of the football. And, I kind of try to break down the game into the certain stats that help you win. And, turnover margin's up there. Third down, red area. I don't want to keep saying the same thing, but there's just ways in which if you're successful in certain categories, it'll, give you the best chance to win. So just trying to be ultra aware of those.
Did you look at some of those throws and say that could have gone the wrong way and, you got a little lucky on a couple of throws? Is that something?
I mean, that's the game too, right? But, yeah, I think you're always looking when you want to be aggressive, when you don't. And that's the balance I was talking about. But everyone has to teeter that. And that's the interesting part about this game too is it's the fun part too, right? You talk about it and you could talk about what could have done or what could have happened. But at the same point, you trust in the coaches and trust in what is called and what we're doing, and the rest will take care of itself. All you can do is execute, play one by one.
It looks like you might have Dave maybe jumping back for this weekend. How much will that help you guys in passing in?
We'll find out. And like I said before, we love Dave. Anytime Dave's on the field, we're better.
After the game, you kind of brushed off the fact that it was your first NFL win as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the week, did you appreciate it more? Something on your mantelpiece?
Yeah, I got a job to do, and I want to do it at a high level. And winning is fun, like I said before. But the sun comes up the next day, and we got a new week. So every story lasts about 2 days, and then you're rolling.
You come from an offense in Oregon that was so explosive with the number 1 seed. Is it hard to adjust coming into an offense like this where you're kind of, not put into a box per se, but kind of, taught to take the cautious route and
not necessarily. I think everything's different. I think it's easy to compare and contrast because that's where I was last year. But for the most part, you want to be explosive. You want to play at a high level, but at the same time, there's steps in taking to that. It's not going to just be in one day we're going to just do that. So we're taking the steps, and we're going to get better and keep growing. And yeah, it's one step at a time.
What is the biggest difference between that you feel like right now, going into your fourth start, between when you first started to now? I mean, what is the biggest difference you feel?
Just more turns. You get more comfortable, more turns. You know, the more you do something, it doesn't mean you're going to get better at it, but it does mean that you're going to be more comfortable in those moments. So you'll grow in that. There's still a lot for me to learn. I hope I never stop learning. I want to continue to learn and get better. And that's what I would say. But like I said, it's day by day, it's week by week. You're going to continue to grow, and you want to keep that going in a positive direction.
Was it a challenge to deal with the weather Sunday?
Just part of it. Part of it.
On Monday, Kevin talked about the importance of practice for young players, particularly quarterbacks.
Yep.
Do you see those benefits now that you're getting every first-team rep in practice, and are there a couple areas that you maybe focus on particularly during practice?
Yeah, I think everyone that gets reps, there's more comfortability within that because, you know, if there's confidence in a play in practice, when you get to the game and you're able to replicate that, that usually does translate. So, you know, we talk a bunch about preparation, preparing the right way, and then, you know, getting those practice reps and making them look a certain way so when we get in the game, there's confidence when we call them.
I'm going to take two more.
In terms of your mobility, how are you finding that it's holding up against defenders at this level, and are you gaining more and more confidence each week on running the boots and the keepers and that stuff?
Yeah, I think mobility is part of it. You obviously want to move when necessary and not unnecessarily, and creating your own pressure. So something that you still want to find a good balance of. But anytime you can have, you know, your legs as a weapon, it just adds another dimension to be worried about. So, yeah, we try to be as versatile as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that's mine.